In this video, we're going to go over flight expenses, how pilots can add those flight expenses to a trip from their mobile device, and how they can be reimbursed for those expenses. From my home screen, I open up the native app, and I go to My Trips as the pilot. I see there's an upcoming flight, so I'll open that. It'll take me to a trip sheet that I am not currently logged in, but if I click on the menu, I can log in and then go to the Expenses tab. Here I'll enter some details for a receipt that I have. Now I will upload the receipt. And if I scroll down, I will see a summary of all my expenses. Next, I'm going to show you the expenses page. You can go over here and click accounting. It'll take you directly to edit expenses. On this page, you can see both the general expenses and the flight expenses. You can easily see all attachments by clicking this. If you go to settings and then reports, you can change if you want the uploads to appear after all of the expenses or in line with the expense. This page also has the download CSV file button here. And you can see that these itemized expenses are grouped together here. Now, if I uncheck group itemized expenses, then you will no longer see the group notes, but you will see them individually. When you want to update your group notes, you can just type in some notes, and then when you deselect, it'll automatically save. We give you a number of fields to break it down by. You can click on this blue image icon to download the upload that was given. Either it's a receipt or an invoice, or if it's grayed out like this, this is where you can click to upload an image from your computer or from your phone, or you can take a picture on a mobile device. If you want to delete an upload, you can click the X next to it. If you want to delete the expense itself, you just select the expense over here and click this button. Now I'm going to show you how to add an itemized group of expenses. Click New Expense. Enter an expense like you normally would. And instead of clicking Add Expense, we're going to click Itemize this expense. This is going to start the list. I'll leave most of these fields the same, except for the category and the amount. Notice that this list does not have an individual upload for each item. This is because we're assuming we're going to be uploading an invoice that has each item on it with one total. Going to close this. So at the very bottom, we found all of our grouped expenses. And it took the notes for the first expense and made it the notes for all of the expenses. We're going to change that. It's going to automatically update. Now, if we ever look at this with group itemized expenses unchecked, then we can see that group notes appears first, and then the individual note of each expense appears second. And you can see the totals are added up in one item. I'm going to go over to review reimbursements. This page is going to show you all of the expenses that were marked as reimbursable. Typically, you're going to see this from your staff, and you're going to have to change the status. In this case, here's the expense that we added earlier. So, for example, I'm going to review this, and I'm going to reject it. I'm going to say the amount doesn't match the receipt. And now a notification was sent up here for the person who should receive the reimbursement. And if it was created by a different person, like a scheduler, they'll also receive the notification so that they can adjust it. When they fix it and they resubmit it, it will change again from rejected to corrected. And then at that point, you can use this to keep track of if you want to mark it as accepted or just skip accepted and go straight to reimbursed. Maybe use QuickBooks. You'll want to export it to QuickBooks at that point, and that way they can get reimbursed for it, whether it means adding it to their payroll or however you take care of it. You can also click receipts, and this kind of just expands all the fields. You can quickly see which items have a receipt uploaded with this check here. If it's a question mark, that means they haven't uploaded a receipt. Maybe they added the expense, but they haven't gotten around to it. You want to give them a day to do so. You can just keep an eye on that.